So, welcome all the parents, all the students. I hope everyone is doing well. So, all of you know why we have met today. And okay, so yeah, all of you can say, hi and see that whether your audio and video is working fine.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Dave, I can see you. Good.
Good evening, sir.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you? Yeah, I can see here a lot of people. That's great. Fine. So, still more people are coming in. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Good evening.
Everyone is able to see my screen, the
Yes,
screen
sir.
that I've shared.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay, great. Fine. I think a lot of people, are okay. They're great. Fine. So let us start with the today's webinar. So first of all, I'll give my introduction to the people, who might be attending, who might be interacting with me for the first time. So my name is Harsh Patodia. I did my graduation from IIT Roorkee, and with Ask IITians, I have been associated as mathematics expert for last 7 years. So I've been mentoring a lot of students, across various Olympiads, JEE preparation, and other competitive preparations. So one question which we face every year, like especially from students studying in grade 11th and 12th, or the students who are studying for various Olympiads in junior grades, is how to balance the time, like how to go about school preparation and parallelly, maintain the competitive preparation. So this is something which most of us are facing, and especially the students who are in grade 11th and 12th. So for them, like that's the main thing, that how we are going to manage the time we are having, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to have a mathematical look of how much time actually we are having. And a lot of students who are already studying with me, so I've already given them this time management plan, right? So basically how we need to balance it out and what exactly is our availability, right? So many students will ask like how many hours we should study in order to crack JEE exam, or how many hours of exam we should study for let's say cracking any of the exams, right? Yes. So this is something which we need to figure out today, that how exactly we can go about it, right? So any of you like can share any of the good tips before I mention like what exactly you know uh, timeline we have. So what is the maximum number of hours according to you people a student can study, let's say, in a week? So if I say that, let's say a week is of 7 days, so what is the maximum number of hours? So I'll be bifurcating it for grade 6 to 10 as well as grade 11, 12, because there are audience, from grade 6 to 10 also, and 11, 12 also, and also very, good evening to people who are on Facebook with us right now. So uh, welcome all of you, right? So next time when you're registering, so probably you will be able to interact live with me. Okay. So today, like whatever your comments and whatever your questions will be there, so I'll be catering them towards the end of the webinar, right? But people who are in the webinar with me, so that definitely they are most welcome to question at any point of time, right? Yeah. So I was asking one question. Anyone can answer that? Like, what is the maximum time that we can devote in a week? So Nakul says 28 to 32, 30 hours. Okay. So may I know the grade also, like Nakul? So those who are basically mentioning the hours, they also mention in bracket the grade, which grade they are from. Risha says 50 hours. Okay, that's good. 82 hours. Okay. So Nasir says 82 hours in grade. So Nasir, can you tell us how you can actually get 82 hours in a week? Are you there, Nasir? 30 hours grade 7, 40, 50 hours grade 9, like 12 hours a day. Okay. So you don't want to go to school or what? Like, how will you manage 12 hours a day? Can you tell us? Because sometime we'll go in sleep and sometime we'll go in the school part, obviously. 60 hours grade 8 ठीक है. Okay. Sleeping 6 hours. Okay. ठीक है. So basically we are going to see how much time we are having, and then accordingly what is the maximum time we can actually devote, right? So this can be a very, very interesting conversation. We are going to have a look at it. So firstly, brief about Ask IITians. So Ask IITians has been like, established for last 14 plus years.
I
We are
just want
right
to
now
add one thing.
present
I
Yes,
just want to
yes,
add one thing.
yes, yes.
It should be a quality time, not the quantity time. Once you have
Definitely.
funda, you can, yeah, if you
Definitely,
spare
definitely.
even whole day, you don't have funda, you can't do anything.
So
So don't
definitely
go for
we'll
the hours, go for the quality.
Definitely. So we'll talk first about the quantitative aspect, and then we'll talk about the qualitative aspect, right? Well, first of all, we should know that what is the maximum availability of quality study we can have, right? And then we'll talk about the quality study, how we can make it. I'll also talk about those things. Yeah, so I was mentioning that Ask IITians have been like established over 14 years, 22 plus countries we are present right now, and 40,000 plus. I think some font is missing from here. Yeah, so 40,000 plus students we have catered, and we are a group of more than 130 IITians and NITians, and 35 plus doctors and medical professionals, right? So these are the things that we are going to do in the webinar. Okay, like competitive exams, time management, and the role of mentorship and the flip chart. So basically, our focus will be majorly on time management. Okay, so let me just share the whiteboard with you guys so that I can write. Are you guys able to see the whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay. So basically, as I mentioned, a few things we are going to have a look about. First of all, competitive exams versus school exams. How to balance, and what exactly is the difference we are looking at. Then we are going to look at the time management part, like how exactly we can balance. And then I'll also give tip for improving the learning curve, which is basically the flipped class learning. Okay, and then we will have the Q&A at the end. Okay, so basically, if I talk about the competitive exams and the school exams, so let us go back to the presentation. Are you guys able to look at the presentation again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so basically, competitive exam, the first thing that we have to balance is the competitive, like subjective versus objective approach, right? In school, what is the expectation, all of you? In school, the expectation is to write all the steps, and we need to make sure everything on the place. Whereas, how does objective exams go? So in objective exams, the basic idea is to reach the answer very fast. So speed and accuracy is something that we are looking at, right? So that's the first thing. In school, typically you get 3 hours. You have to answer 30 odd questions maximum in a full syllabus paper. In an objective exam, you are expected to solve maybe 40, 45 or 50 questions in an hour. Okay, if the exam is of 3 hours, you may be solving as high as 90 questions for JEE main, but now it has changed to 75. and 180 questions for NEET examinations. And similarly, for the NCST exams, whether you're writing KVPY exams, so on an average, you need to solve 30 to 40 problems in an hour, okay, on an average. Fine. So obviously moving from 3 hours, 30 questions to 1 hour, 30 questions, right, or 20 questions becomes very, very tough. And obviously the level of examination is also, very different. So how we can basically combat this thing? So basically, we have been into the school system, let's say for last 7, 8 or 10 years, depending on our grades. But the competitive exams, we hardly give once in a year, and that too, like not all of us, right? And obviously the preparation that we are, giving for competitive exams is comparatively very less as compared to the time that we devote for school examinations, right? So basically, how can we overcome this particular problem? So the first way is like test yourself regularly on an objective platform. Like just we do for school exams, we are giving chapter tests, we are giving unit tests, we are giving half yearlies. In a same manner, we should be following some test series where we can actually give objective tests, whether we are in grade 6, 7th or 8, that doesn't matter. Because see, in school, obviously, if you see, CBSE has also introduced 20 subjective, like objective questions in the board examinations. The last year, this pattern got changed, right? Yes. So basically, that is something we need to see, that, we have to develop that objective approach. And the only way is we keep on practicing like the same way we do for school exams. And obviously, there are some shortcuts, tricks, tips and tricks, which we are not able to follow in subjective approach because step marking is there. But obviously for objective examinations, there is no such step marking. The only thing is you need to be good, in looking at the options, getting the approach very quick, right? The second difference, if you are looking, when we are learning, right? So that is a theoretical and the practical approach, right? So competitive exams, they will always focus on applications of the concept. Whereas in all the board exams or school exams, you will have theory as a major portion, right? Even in, the subjects like computer science or chemistry or physics at any, grade 11, 12th level, you will only find 30 marks for, practicals. And that is also not very genuine. In case of physics and chemistry and computer science, still the practical exams, the problem statements are good. But as far as the chemistry and physics experiments and the conditions are considered, so they are not that great. Okay. So basically, when we talk about school approach, so it's more of learning theory, writing similar thing in exams. The main target with which we are giving the boards again is always we try to do as many as books in order to get to the questions. But in competitive exams, we can never conquer the same questions which are coming. Well, obviously 10-20% can be mastered, but 70 to 80% paper, if you look at JEE Main, NEET, or we look at NTSC or any of the IMO, NSO exams, 70 to 80% paper will always be new and the question type will always be fresh, because from the same concept, there can be intermix of lot of, approaches, right? So just say, I'll ask one question to all of you. Maybe some of you might have already, answered that previously. So most of us have been to some of the monuments, right? Yes. When we
Yes,
look
sir.
at the old
Yes, sir.
monuments, we will always find that there's always one, big hall in there, right? Whenever we are going to, let's say, Taj Mahal or any of the, other monuments which were old, like which were built, let's say, 100 years ago or 200 years ago, right? Or maybe, older than that. So what we will observe, there will always be that one room or one place in that monument where we go, whether it is summer, winter, it's always cold. And that is a very, very high hall, right? So can anyone explain me, like, what is the logic of having such high halls, or why in today's scenario, even if you look at, big buildings that are being made, so we don't see such, tall halls or things inside those buildings. Can anyone explain?
So in
And this
that
is a
time, it was
concept.
used to be King's Palace.
Sorry.
Like to show the power of the king, and he's having very big rooms and all.
Okay, so just to show the power, so the rooms are made big, right? That's it.
Ventilate.
And they
So
can
it was a court, so it has to be big. Many people has to come there.
together.
so many people. So even if like today, if we see a lot of banquet halls or let's say five-star hotels also we go, we don't find, you know, so much like tall galleries or let's say maybe one or two small areas there. But even for banquet hall gathering and all, we don't see such high, you know, buildings to show off or let's say to show the legacy if someone wants to do that. Why is that?
During those days, ventilators are not available, so they can create more bigger halls so that it will be fresh in air.
So basically, Dev is almost right to some extent. Okay, so basically, almost kya matlab? So basically, today in today's scenario, we are having air conditioners. All of you have learned the concept of sea breeze and land breeze in grade 6, 7, right?
Yes, sir.
So what exactly is the concept here? When we talk about the sea and the land breeze?
So there is high pressure and the air moves from here.
So we have learned that hot air, right? Hot air rises up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and due to which there is a, you know, you can say a vacancy there in which the cold air rushes to take its place because of pressure difference, right? So in today's scenario, we see that, you know, everywhere air conditioners and those things are there, right? Yes. So obviously we don't need to cool airs, you know, cool rooms naturally. But in the ancient arena, there was no like air conditioning. So what people used to do, let us say if you are moving, you know, if you are having a small room, so basically even if this air is hot, right, it will not have much height to rise up, right? But if you are in a, let's say, very tall building, okay, and let's say this whole thing is empty and let's say this is where the hot air is coming, right? Now what will happen, all of you? So as soon as the air will come up, what it will do? It will rise up because it will get more space here. That's a tendency, right? And what will happen at the top?
There will be higher pressure, so the cold air will come down due to low pressure.
So cold air will come down because of the weight difference also, right? अब ये जब
Yes, sir.
hot air ऊपर जाएगा, what will happen? After some time, it will also become cold, right? Because there is no sun like or heat here. So basically, it was a continuous process for processing the hot air to cold air without an air conditioner, right? And the best part is, even in today's scenario, whether you're going in hot summers or you're going anytime, you know, there, you will always find these places very cool, right? So in that one particular room, and so you can understand that how logical those people would have been when they were building these things. We are studying this in books, right? But the workers, the architects, even if there were no books at that time, they were practically applying these kind of things. So similarly, there are a lot of examples like why manholes are always circular in nature. Why not, you know, rectangular or square? Like, because squares and rectangles are easier to cut, right? Circular is more difficult to cut, but yet all the manholes which you see, wherever there are huge, you know, digging and the tunnels are there, so the top is always a circular. So questions like this we do study theoretically, but what is the practical implication? That is some, you know, something we need to balance it up for the competitive exams, right? So moving to, you know, the main, you know, highlight of today's webinar. So there are again a lot of more facts about competitive preparation as well as the CBSE or, you know, any other board approach. So we can have a separate discussion on that, but definitely there's a difference in approach, and that's why we need to give dedicated time to competitive examinations, right? So before we, you know, move to the time management chart here, right, let us first make one mathematical model, live model, right? And then we will see that what exactly I had here, and then we will compare, you know, at the end, right? So I can see Nandini on the screen, right? So Nandini, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So Nandini, can you tell me how many hours are there in a week? Total hours?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear you.
So how many hours are there in a week?
1 minute.
They're fine. That's good. So, yeah. Okay.
168.
Great. So this is a total hour we are going to have, right? And we have almost like 52 weeks in a year plus 1 or 2 days depending on the year, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, all of you? Yeah. So basically, this is the total we are having, and we are going to see ideally what is the time available for us, right? For studies and doing the other stuff, right? Yes. So that's what we are going to see, na, that how we are going to save the time, from where the time will come actually. This is very, very important, guys, for, especially students studying in grade 11th and 12th, because they have more time crunch comparatively. Whereas the people studying grade 6 to 10 can take, obviously they can have more time for, doing the extra co-curriculars. So obviously I'll be talking about that also, right? So now, what is the first mandatory thing that we do in a day, all of you? The first thing which is very essential for all of us is sleeping time, right?
Yes, sir.
So if we are considering sleeping time in a week, so Nandini, what should be the ideal sleeping time?
Sorry?
What should be the ideal sleeping time per week?
Per week. 7 hours?
That is per day, right? So 49.
49.
So basically, some people say 8 hours, some people say 7 hours, right? So we'll take the higher side. So let's first have the maximum time, that we are basically spending, right? Then we will see that how we can save. So obviously, one thing which everyone, will agree that we can save 7 hours a week from here, right? Which everyone will agree. So we'll basically cover it up when the time saving part will come, right? The next important thing that we are bound to do is the schooling time, right? Yes, all of you. So what is the typical schooling time, including, transportation in a week?
64.
7.5 hours in a day.
7.5 hours in a day. And how many days? 5 days, right?
5 days.
5 days.
Okay, let's take it as 8 hours including transportation and 5 days, right? So 40 ले लेते हैं, right? That's great. Fine. इसके बाद हम अपना daily routine work होता है, right? Which includes getting up, in the morning, getting ready for the school, lunch, breakfast, dinner, right? So daily routine work. So 3 meals and the basic things. So basically, how much time? 2 hours a day we can take, right? Yes, all of you. 2 hours a day we can take.
Yes, sir.
2 to 3 hours, like
2 to 3
4
hours.
hours.
4 hours में क्या करते हैं भाई? 4 hours में you can explain like what we do in 4 hours. 3 hours, let's say we can take. 4 hours is too much because if you are considering schooling also, so schooling में breakfast time goes there only, right? So ideally we are coming back, doing lunch for half an hour dinner, and maybe 1 hour in the morning time, right? So 2 hours ideally should be sufficient, but let's make it as 3 hours. Some people are saying, yeah, fine, 21 hours. So what is the total so far, all of you? Okay, so someone says like right now maids don't come, right? So we have to help out in the house also. ठीक है.
7, 5, 6, 7,
Okay.
10, 11.
So, okay, so we'll cover that part of the COVID. We'll include the COVID part in this, okay? So don't worry for that. I'll include that part. Okay. So apart from that, all of us go for some classes basically after schools in the form of tuitions, coaching, or any extra activity we are doing, right? Yes, all of you. So
Yes, sir.
that accounts for almost like if I talk about grade 6 to 10. So वहाँ पे थोड़ा से hours कम होते हैं. Let's say 9 to 10 hours in a week, right? Maybe some people are taking alternate days coaching and all. So आज के 18 की भी अगर हम बात करें, so 9 to 10 hours in a week for grade 6 to 10, and 11 to 12 में it goes up to 15 hours, right? Yes, all of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And we
sir.
need some hobbies time also, right? Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
28 hours of extra classes, okay, that's too much. It means we are relying too much on, so hobbies includes gaming for some people, chit-chatting, going out. Going out obviously is not valid anymore these days, but definitely, right? So hobbies के लिए 1.5 hours we can keep it for a day. More than enough, right?
Okay, sir.
Sir, 2 hours?
Sorry, 2 hours. इसमें basically थोड़ा सा flexibility है कि 6 to 10 people can have 2 hours per day, but definitely 11 12 people should have maximum 1.5 hours per day, right? तो इसको हम on an average करके 10.5 मतलब 1.5 का average ले लेते हैं, where 6 to 10 people can have 2 hours per day and 11 12 people can have lesser, right? Then obviously there's always that time, in a day which goes on for planning, okay, which is not productive, right? Where we think that okay, today we'll complete this thing, and we make a timetable or we do some stuff where it is totally unproductive, or let's say we are in a transition of something, so every day 1 hour goes like that, right? Minimum wastage, which is like unavoidable transition, let's say between two classes or something like that, right? So
1 hour a day?
I can say
Seven.
it can be half hours.
Sorry,
It can be half an hours also.
that can vary, right?
Yeah, it can vary.
So classes,
Half
some
hour
people
to
are
1
saying more, right? So obviously if in grade 11, so basically if you are having 20 hours, okay, so let me write here, depending on the grades, like what should be the ideal distribution here. ठीक है, इसको हम अभी के लिए like let's keep it as Akash has 4 hours class every day, okay. So definitely we need to Tithi, work upon that part. Like obviously if you're spending more time there though, so you should be spending less time in, let's say, school work or something like that. Abhi homework वगैरह सब चीजें आएगा, right? इसमें other things will also come. Yeah, so basically let's say okay, 12 hours for grade 6 to 10 and 20 hours for grade 11 12, ठीक है, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all of you. अब school homework हम weekly level पे ले लेते हैं again, for other subjects also. So school homework is
1.5 hour a day.
that's too much.
Yeah,
It means you are wasting
1.5.
time in school. मतलब 1.5 is not the case, guys. So basically ठीक है, 1.5 ले लेते हैं, 5 days school के हिसाब से 7 hours. अब now let's see what's the total, all of you. Yes, so total now shoots up to, can anyone do for that? I'm a little bit weak in here, 161. Okay. So इसके अलावा any other thing which we have forgot in this particular process? So you have considered 12 hours for classes or 20 hours, all of you? फिर 12 के साथ 161 नहीं आएगा ना? So this is with 20 hours, right? With 12 hours, it will be 153, right? ठीक है? So basically, this is the story for grade 11, 12 students, and this is the story for. अब इसमें anything which is left, all of you, anything which is left.
Nothing, sir. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Nothing. Perfect.
बस फिर तो
Bathing.
that comes under
That
daily
comes in
routine
daily
work.
So
routine.
midday nap.
Sorry.
That can come as like in between in the noon we have a nap for 1 and 2 hours.
So you sleep 8 hours and then you take noon sleep additionally for 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah, some people.
No, sir. Only 30 minutes.
So people who take nap in evening, basically, probably they sleep for 6 or 7 hours. Okay, because a person who has taken 8 hours of sleep, and if you are doing that, again, if you are adding 5-6 hours here in a week, so obviously, so for exercise and yoga, considered in hobbies only, right? So it's not like we will have extra time, obviously, see. So what we have considered here, daily routine work, all of you, which is 3 hours a day, okay? Hobby time, which is almost like 1.5 hours a day, and wastage also, right?
Yeah.
So which is again 1 hour, right? So ideally, every day we are getting 5.5 hours in which we can manage hobbies, doing the daily routine work, right? Yes, all of you? A question here, like the biggest question is, even if let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 hours we can save it from here and there, how to do the self-study part? Because we hear that we should study 50 hours a week, we should study 60 hours a week. अब यहाँ पे 7 hours बचे, right? And यहाँ पे it's like 15 hours left. Yes.
Yes, sir.
How to make this 70 as, let's say, 30 or 40 or 50? So the the first thing that we saved, like typically grade 11, 12 students can save 7 hours from their sleeping routine. Well, obviously the waking up time is fixed, but the sleeping time we can stretch little bit, half an hour, 1 hour. Okay. Those who are able to manage 6 hours, so they will save 14 hours in a week, right? So weekly level pay, at least we can save 7 hours from the sleep time. Right, all of you? But अभी भी total कितना हुआ? 14 hours. ठीक है? So now we'll talk about the current scenario where the COVID situation is there. So obviously we can take it as bless as a blessing in the disguise, as they say. Traveling time is saved, right? And we need to dedicate like maybe 1 hour to the home task that all of us are doing, right? But the traveling time has reduced, and the school time, which we have considered 8 hours, right? That is just now like 4 to 5 hours, right? Yes, all of you. So for this current scenario, we have at least saved 2 hours from schooling time, right? Even if let's say additional responsibilities are there, right? Yes, all of you. So school ka to matlab jo kissa tha, like that has been saved for us. Yes. So almost we are able to save 16 hours from school, or not 16, 10 hours. If I say 2 hours, basically 3 hours also we can balance. Okay, out of 8, if we are utilizing 4 hours in school, 1 hour for this task, so basically 15 hours we can save from the schooling time. But still the total is not like looking very good, right? 7 plus 15 plus another like 7 which was left here, right? Obviously 6 to 10 people have already like 8 hours extra, so that we can talk about, right, later on. Abhi bhi 20 9 hours is not sufficient. So from where we will get the additional time? Can anyone tell me how people
We
are
can
able
reduce
to
our
manage?
wastage times.
नहीं वो हम लोग, let's say I don't want to be harsh on everyone, so
Okay.
I am saying we can still like get 50 to 60 hours, okay, even like in this routine. नहीं 29 is not enough, right? Hobbies देखो जो वहाँ पे हमने daily routine work 3 hours का लिया है, hobbies and the wastage. So some people can use this wastage for exercise or doing other stuff apart from their hobbies, right? ये 4.5 में से लेट्स से अगर हाफ एन आवर हम बचा भी लेते हैं ना, या 5.5 में से सॉरी, we can maximum save 1 hour from this, right? है ना? Reduce some time from, नहीं ये जो self time है, this is very much important to make sure that these 29 hours are going very good. Are you guys able to understand? If this 5.5 hours will not be spent well, but obviously I'll tell you how we can actually utilize it as well. Okay, 29 is not enough at all for 11th and 12th. If you are looking at JEE, for 6 to 10 grade, if you're having 30 hours available for self-study, it is great, right? 11th and 12th, this is definitely not good, okay? Because 11th and 12th, the minimum target that we should be having should be minimum 15 hours a week. There are people who are giving minimum 12 to 14 hours also per day. Obviously, they don't attend regular schooling part. So we need to compete with those, right? Why? Because eventually, if you look at the competition, right? So engineering, mein, out of 10 lakh people, 25,000 you can say, there are top college seats. My voice is breaking.
No, sir.
So Dave, check your internet connection, Dave. It's fine from my end, okay? For medical again, if we just talk about the top medical college, so 12 to 15K seats are there. Okay, top government college I'm talking about, right? Now, in a competition of 20 lakh people, which are participating in both, obviously, if you are looking in top 50,000 students, this is not enough, like the 29 hours we are talking about. Even if you are a very, intelligent student and we are basically focusing, like giving our 100%, it's very difficult unless or until we have studied very good from grade 6 to 10. So I'll come to that point that even managing 30 to 40 hours a week is sufficient if we start devoting time from grade 6, 7th, 8th. Okay, right? So it's like if we are having 50 hours per week, all of you. So year level pe, what is the hour we are looking at? 2600 hours, right? That is the self study that we are looking at. But obviously right now we are not able to reach any value near to that. Now let us look at a very interesting fact. So what is the school duration we have considered here, all of you? School duration?
4 hours.
Well, here we have taken 5 hours, but we have taken 5 days a week. Which means in a year, 260 days school is operating. Does it happen?
Yes, sir.
Never. Okay. We forgot, we forget to consider holidays in schools, right? So school generally happens around 180 to 190 days, and in that also examinations are there, right? So there are a lot of different examinations, like different holidays, summer, winter, small festivals and all those things, right? Yes. So basically maximum we are having 180 days, and especially for grade 11th and 12th. See, in India attendance is not important, but people who are in Middle East, if you are looking at the school attendance 75%, so we can have a leverage of 45 days, making it to, right? Yes, all of you. Extra classes are definitely there, but again they are like for short duration, right? What I'm saying, in whatever manner you take, the best of the best schools, they are operating maximum for 200 days, not more than that. Okay, 200 days is the maximum limit that any school operates. Okay, so now what my point is, all of you, if I consider 80 days of schooling from here, and let's say I consider 5 hours, right? Yes, all of you. So 80 days में हमने कितना time save कर लिया, all of you? 400 hours. This is as per the COVID situation, right? So Abhishek, it means you're saying that you're going school for 260 days in a year. That's what you're saying, Abhishek? Not possible. Your exam days mein there are holidays. Then when your exams are getting over, you have 10 days, 15 days holidays, right? It's impossible that any school will conduct so many, days of schooling. Okay, because so far what we have observed, like across like more than 1 lakh schools we have surveyed, so maximum I think 213 or 220 tak jata, and in that also the school exams are half days, right? They are not the full, right? So right now you are saying vacations are cancelled, so it's like right now everyone is on vacation, right? So obviously we don't need additional right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So basically, if let's say, the first thing we need to understand is, for competitive exams, it is very important to devote time for self-study. If anyone is going school for this many days, so they will never have more than 30 hours in a week, and that is like working on an optimum manner. No functions, no trips, no holidays in a year. These factors we will count. If we are planning for some holidays with our parents, right? We are going out also. So we have not, taken that factor right now. Yes. So basically what I'm saying, maximum, like if you are saying that here we are able to save 80 days, I'm not even considering this 25% leave. That is an additional effort we can do. So even if let's say we are attending school for 240 days, so here also we have 25% leverage, so we can make it 160 days, right, all of you? Yes. So I am still considering without vacation for most of the, if you are let's 20% attendance in the school, you are saving 400 hours in a year. What is an approximate hours you are sending, like saving, all of you? What is the approximate hours?
Around 50.
7 hours? Something? Yes, all of you. So what is our total now? 7 to 7.5 you can say. Okay. So we have somewhat reached now after inputting all the things, right? 36 hours approximately, right? Yes, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, I have not considered the
Yes.
leaves, right? So basically, it is cracking in between. Is it cracking for everyone now?
Yes, sir, it was.
Yes, sir, it was.
Now it is fine, right?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fine.
Okay. Great. ठीक है. So, हाँ, यहाँ पे अभी like as we have seen all so far, we have saved almost 36 hours, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, in this, typically the coaching time, we considered was 20 to 24 hours for some people, right? Well, some people, but ideally, if I talk about the ideal coaching hours for grade 11th and 12th, it should not go beyond 15 hours. Like when I used to study, okay, I used to have classes, for 4 hours, okay, with half an hour break in between on 3 days. So you can say 4.3 into, and also at that time the online facility was not there, so obviously traveling time was also there. But although I chose an institute which was just like 15 minutes 20 minutes away from my school and both homes, so I used to travel in between, from school to institute and then institute to home, like that. So basically, ideally what I would suggest obviously coaching institutes are also not open 365 days, so there also we'll have some holidays, some leverages, right? And the 20 hours that we are having in the coaching, right? So probably this is where we are almost losing 5 to 6 hours, the people who are having this. So there are a lot of 15 hours per week. So guys, whatever calculation I am taking now, so that is per week only. Because if I will start making for one day, right, people will have weekends also, right, where school is not there, other factors will come. So that's why we are making schedule for 7 days, right, all of you? So we have 36 hours means people who are actually spending more than 15 hours in a coaching, right? So ideally, I would say they are losing some time, or maybe while coaching, they are having some self-study DRS time. Some of the institutes which are, giving so much extension. So either they are giving holidays during some months, or basically what they are doing, they are basically, not operating for 365 days, right? Yes. So basically, yahan se bhi we can actually get 5 to 6 hours easily, like the coaching time which we guys have considered, right? So from there also we can get some time back. Okay, this part is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
8 hours, what? 8 hours of classes. So we am talking about 11 to 12, right? So we have somewhat reached 40 hours. Well, even if I add just 4 hours, obviously if you are having coaching, so you cannot stretch this beyond 36 hours, right? Now here comes the sacrifice, all of you, right? जो वो 5.5 hours थे हमारे daily routine work plus hobbies, right, plus wastage. अब इसमें से if I'm able to get, so this is not applicable for grade 6 to 10th. For 6 to 10th, I'll come back, again for 6 to 10th. So let me first, talk about grade 11th and 12th, right? Because these are the people who need most of the time. Because 6 to 10 people are already having plus 8, right? And they're having less coaching hours, right? Comparatively. So obviously they are already having much more time, and already the syllabus is less, right? So when we talk about the 11 and 12, grade students, 40 में से यहाँ से if you guys are able to save 1 hour every day, maybe daily routine work you're doing in 2.5 hours, okay, in that you're managing your hobbies as well, let's say listening to music and all those things, and wastage में से भी half an hour if we can save. So guys, we can actually make this total to, so do you guys see, from 7 hours, right, in a day, और अभी शायद हमने उसमें like school time whatever we have considered, right? So during the regular schooling, travel time will get added, right? But obviously the home task will get reduced. right? And there this like the calculation that we were taking here, this will increase. In a regular days, when your school hours are considered for 8 hours, so you will get more time from here, right? Are you guys getting my point? So if I'm having 47, 48 hours in a week, so this is something like 40 plus hours if I'm able to give sincerely. Okay. So travel time definitely. So that's we have already taken it in the school hours. Okay. In school we have already considered 8 hours, right? School timing generally goes for 6 hours, right? Yes. So basically, Dave, see what we have considered 40 hours of school when it was a non-COVID situation, right? And now 4 hours of schooling and 1 hour of home task, right?
Yes, sir.
We have considered it as 25 hours instead of 20 hours, right? Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So basically, if I talk in ideal
Yes, sir.
scenario, so we can say like from COVID situation, we have saved actually 15 hours, right? Right, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So let us have now the final, chart plan that we have prepared. So sleeping ke liye, ideally we should make it around, 7 hours in a day, which will be like 49 hours in a week. School time का जो average है, right? वो although it looks like 25 या 40 hours ही ले लेते हैं, because right now we are not like COVID is a temporary situation, right? But obviously this 40 hours is not applicable for 52 weeks. So wherever we are having holidays, on those days we will be shooting it up more, right? Yes. So this average actually comes out to be 30 hours considering the scaling factor. If we talk about the schooling hours spent throughout the year, so this will come as 30 hours per week. Up school maybe na, what we used to do, see, all of us know that there are a lot of free periods in the school where teachers are not teaching properly sometimes, or we are having some extra periods, right? So I used to daily solve 5 to 10 numericals in school. Okay. And most of the students who are, like whom I have mentored, I always tell that, you should solve these 5-10 problems in the school. So what will happen, guys, if you take it every day, right? Every day at home, if you solve 10 J level problems, it will minimum take 1 hour, right? But in school, you will have lunch time also, you'll have some PT time also, you'll have some practicals also. 11, 12, no one does the practical, for throughout the year. Most of the people, they will be working in the teams. They can save, those practical periods for some self-study time. Now imagine 1 hour in 80 days you're having. So 180 hours you can actually add on an yearly level. And that is, this effort, you will never count it as an effort. Why? Because even while you're studying in the school, there will be a lot of, instances where you guys, will actually be like having the free time, right? This part is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's great, Dave. So basically, even these 25 hours, we can save some time, right? So let
So
me
like
just remove
which
this
type
part.
of questions we should solve, sir?
So basically, in 11th and 12th, all of us are, involved like at some, coaching institutes, right? So from module, we can always like whatever modules, let's say physics, chemistry, maths, we are solving at that point of time, we can choose like 5 or 10 problems as an agenda that we will be completing, during the full time. Perfect, ekdam. So Nasir is on the right track. So from here also, we can actually get some time for self-study, right? So daily routine work, hobbies, family time, whatever you can consider here, right? We should always sit with parents also for 15-20 minutes in a day, because, whatever guidance they are going to give us, whatever things, problems we are facing, we should share with them openly, right? That gives, that actually, relieves a lot of pressure from your head. So I would request all the students to at least have 15 to 20 days, like time they can save it from their, family time they can actually give, and whatever wastage they're having. So this total thing should contribute to 4 to 5 hours a week, day, right? Which will be like almost, yeah, this schedule is for grade 11th and 12th. for 6 to 10th I'll make it here on the right side. Okay? So this is on the weekly basis. Again, I'm repeating. This is a weekly basis schedule we are making. Now imagine guys, 5 hours a day is very good. So let us say if I don't go for playing on one day, next day I will have double time. Okay. So let us say today I plan that I'll only study and I'll only give time for studies. So I can save 2.5 hours today and I can actually devote it tomorrow for a 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours of playing also, right? Some people are saying that our teachers don't allow if they come to know that we are solving our JEE packages, right? So Divita, right, this is a problem which every engineering medical student faces, and they know how to cope it up, right? They can take the permission from their favorite teachers, right? They can take the permission from school authorities, right? Parents can help you to get some sick leave, especially in grade 11th and 12th, right? So basically that all of us know the blind spots in the school where teachers are not able to catch us. So if you guys want to study, you will find n number of ways. If you don't want to study, obviously there's no way out. Yes, all of you? Yes? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So coming back to this point now, and then the classes ideally should be 15 hours, right? If it is more, then obviously your self-study time will go. So this is the ideal timetable I'm making where I'm giving time for playing also. And other subjects ke liye, we are having 7 hours, which is again more than enough because fifth subject should ideally be physical education, for which you don't need to spend any time, or English, like whatever we have studied till grade 10th, we cannot change it overnight, right? Yes, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So everyone is, anyone has done the total for this one? What's the total here? All of you? What's the total? Total including these 5 things.
Plus
131. So we have got nearly 37 hours ideally, right? Yes, all of you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now it is up to us that from now this schooling hours I have considered in the non-COVID situation where traveling time and everything is included. But in the COVID situation, this will reduce to 20 hours. So we will be having 10 more hours for in the COVID situation, right? So that is why I am telling, like, this thing is actually blessing in disguise. That's what we say, that the COVID situation for Middle East students this year, 11th and 12th, since you guys have no pressure of attending the schools, so you have an equal opportunity compared to the students who are studying in India. In India, people even don't devote this much to school, right? Competition is always there, right? Competition is always there, right? So basically, we are able to give 40 plus hours. Now, out of this, obviously, the quality time, how we can make our studies more efficient, and the time target that we are looking at. So obviously, if I skip my 25% of the attendance of the school, so out of which I will use, let's say, 10% attendance for visiting, let's say, somewhere. Most of the times we are taking leave from the school when we are traveling for a holiday or something like that, right? So obviously 15% if I give to studies, that will increase my hours to 50, 55 and 60 like that. Is this thing clear to everyone? Now coming back to the grade 6 to 10th, right? So grade 6 to 10th, mein, what will be the difference, all of you? So I'll write it here, for grade 6 to 10th. So time we are having, right? Mathematically, even after spending like 5 hours a day, like 4 to 5 hours a day, in a hobby time, which is an ideal scenario. You will not find anyone saying that you have 4 to 5 hours, for your these things every day, and you are still able to manage 40 hours of self-study, right? But the 4-5 hours should be used very efficiently every day, right? Ab 6 to 10th mein hum aa jate hain. 6 to 10 guys can chill. They can sleep for 56 hours because right now it's the sleeping age, right? The schooling part, we can take it on the similar grounds, 30 hours. Those who want to leave, they can leave. Time, it was just supposed to be, from 4 to 5, but obviously it will extend to 15-20 minutes more, right? No. Abhi, I'm going to give one more tip, which I mentioned in the beginning, the flip class learning. That is something I'm going to mention, right? Yeah. So schooling part should be 30 hours. Daily routine work should be again considered, that can be considered for 35 hours. It should not more than like 10 to 12 hours. Okay. And other subjects. So this is basically they have physics 10 hours for all. So यहाँ पे 6 to 10th में कोई there is no other class, right? Because 11 12 में PCB or PCM is the focus, right? So overall homework time they will need like almost 10 hours in a week, right? So 86, 121 and 141, right? So they have 27 hours in a week. Even if they are able to spend 3 to 4 hours a day, which is more than enough for competitive preparation. And if let's say they are having some extra co-curriculars and all, probably the school hours will get reduced to maybe 25 hours if they are taking some leaves also at times. So probably this 28 hours should be an ideal attempt for grade 6 to 10th, and 40 to 50 hours should be the ideal time that we are looking at grade 11th and 12th. Any questions in this, all of you? Ab isme quality has to be maintained, obviously. Why? Because we have given enough time for wastage, breaks, daily routine work, everything. So if we are not spending this time for self-study and we are using this thing, for other things, hobbies are here, na? In the 5 hours daily, right? That I've already given, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. देखो स्कूल का प्रोजेक्ट्स वगैरह जो भी चीजें हैं दे आर लिमिटेड टिल ग्रेड 10th, राइट? सो 10th ग्रेड में इवन इफ यू आर मैनेजिंग 3 hours a day ना, we still have 6 hours in a week. Okay, that is more than enough. But 11 12 people needs to follow minimum 40 hours. For 6 to 10th people, even if you are spending 3 to 4 hours a day on an average, so when you're having project, obviously you will spend 0 hours. When you're having, let's say, weekends, you can spend 10 to 12 hours, right? But you guys can work very well with 21 hours of self-study time. Okay, but 11 12 people should have this much of time for the preparation. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let us now look at the presentation again, what we have there. Mathematical proof, we do have time, we just need to prevent the wastage, as I already mentioned. So this was a sleep time, like everything which I have modeled here already, right? All of you can see it. अब यहाँ पे हमने क्या क्या डिफरेंस किया हुआ था? बेसिकली डेली रूटीन वर्क, वी जनरली टेक मॉर्निंग वर्क, लंच, डिनर, विच इज 2 hours, राइट? तो इसमें हमने थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे एक्स्ट्रा बफर टाइम और ऐड कर दिया, राइट? इन दिस सिनेरियो, राइट? अनवांटेड वेस्टेज, हॉबीज, प्लेइंग टाइम, राइट? So do you guys see a similar guideline was already there, right? The only difference was like 7 hours was coming, from here, right? Yes, all of you. और यहाँ पे जो classes का था वो 14 hours ले रखा था, right? मतलब considering the average part. Everyone is clear with this part? So in 26 hours में the other school subjects, those things were not considered, and 7 hours from daily routine work were added extra. But even after that, we saw that we can actually manage 40 hours, in a week, easily if we save some time from the school time here, and we can actually, make this 5.5 hours time to, let's say, 4 hours or 4.5 hours, as we can see here, right? Moving to the next part, flip class learning. Now, this is a very important, tip and trick for grade 11th and 12th students. So what is a conventional way of learning? We attend the lecture and then we go back and we, look at the doubts and those things, right? So we go, whatever instructor is giving in the class, right? And then homework is assigned, and then we are going with for the understanding part. What is flip class learning? It's the other way. The first thing we are doing is, before coming to the lectures, we are having a brief idea about what exactly is going to be discussed, which at Ask Sapiens we are already giving self-study packages to grade 11th and 12th students. So they are expected to look at those packages before coming to the class. Now that is a 15-20 minute activity, but how it actually improves your efficiency, all of you? So basically there you will get to know what instructor is going to teach in the class, right? And then you come to the class, and when the instructor is explaining, you can put the areas where you are actually lagging, and you can clear your doubt then and there itself. So in the traditional classroom program, what is happening, all of you? You wait for the next lecture to get your doubts cleared, and that time gets wasted, which could have been utilized for numerical solving. But in flipped class learning, what is happening, all of you? You're giving 15-20 minutes, but what is, you're not able to understand 100% out of it, right? Well, obviously, you need live instructor, to get your doubts clear. But during the class, your focus, your, if you know the content already, you will be able to attach more to the teacher, right? And that is how you can save a 3-day process to just, make it as a 3-hour process. So earlier, day one, you're having a class, you come back, you study, then next class you go and you clear your doubts, right? Which may take a time of 2 to 3 days. But now what is happening? You are sitting 15-20 minutes before the class on the videos provided to you, and then you are actually coming to the class after looking at on those videos. Trust me, right now this model is not very famous in India because it's already there in US universities. Some of the parents might have heard about it also. India mein sari cheezein, like all the things are coming, maybe 5-10 years later. So right now this concept is followed in universities in US. It has come to universities in India also. Teachers are sharing lectures before, we will see that in next 5-10 years it will come to the schooling also, right? That before going to the school or before going to the classes, we are actually having the pre-recorded content with us, and reduce the learning time tremendously, and it can actually improve your self-study time. Because 11th-12th mein, when people are solving module, they get demotivated most of the times. Here class may we have studied, but yet we are not able to solve the module. So this is something we need to look at, right? Then after that, again, 3-phase note system. We should always have the short notes while the class is going on, followed by our own notes. Post the class, we should always apply the class notes as well as the book, and then the revision note before exam should look something like this: the mind map, okay, which we are actually providing to the students of grade 11, 12, and soon these things are will be applicable for the students of grade 6 to 10 next year. So they will also be having these things with them in their Ask ATM's account. So these things will actually make your studies very efficient. The time we are using, a person who is not following these things, if he is able to do, let's say, in X time, you might be saving 25% efficiency, and you will be able to do it in, let's say, X by 1.5 or X by 1.25 time, which will save a lot of time, improve your efficiency. You will learn more things in the same time, right? So do follow these tips and tricks. And for the people who are, let's say, not having pre-recorded videos and those things, so obviously YouTube, and there are a lot of other things with you guys where you can actually go to the classes after watching some sample videos or some sample things, right? So now you guys are most welcome for your question and answers, because I have shared the time management plan with all of you, that how actually we can get time for us, keeping in our hobbies, everything in streamline, and yet getting out enough time for studies. And few tips and tricks I have shared with you guys. Obviously we can have a separate webinar on that, how to study for JEE or NEET or Olympiad level examination. So if you guys have any questions now, you can just tell me if you have any questions with you guys there. Yes, guys.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have a doubt that before how many months can we complete the syllabus, and we will give the time for the revision before the examination?
Which grade you're talking about?
Sir, 10th.
10th. So 10th may ideally the syllabus, for most of the schools and institutes get finished in December. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you have almost 3 months time to revise and do the stuff by the time you complete your board examinations, right? So that will be a separate webinar on how to attempt an examination, okay? Where we are going to do, that will be, I will be attempting one paper, sample paper for you guys, grade 10th, 12th. So same tips and tricks can be, applied for grade, 11th, 9th also, right? Okay, so basically that we will notify you guys how to attempt the paper. But so Kapil, answering your question, so ideally your syllabus and everything should finish by December month. Okay.
Sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I have one more question. That
Yeah.
if a student in 11th and 12th he takes bio group, and then he will be having physics, and there is a lot of connection between maths and physics, right? So if then he will feel that subject physics a bit difficult. So what to do at that time to get
Medical students can always go for maths, okay, but bio students, sorry, the engineering students should never go for bio. I'll tell you the reason also. Should never go for the bio. If someone is confused who take PCMB and then end up in taking the engineering, so they will definitely have more pressure. So basically, medical students are always at disadvantage as compared to engineering students whenever percent of the
Sir, your voice is cracking.
reason why we take is somewhat we are not comfortable in mathematics, right? Yes, but definitely the level of examination is also not that difficult as far as the medical exam is considered. You can imagine for NEET in 3 hours, right? And for engineering, if I consider JEE Main 75, my voice is breaking.
Yes, sir. It's breaking.
Is it fine now? Hello?
Can you repeat?
Sir, could you repeat it once again?
Repeat the entire things related to medical.
Yeah, I'm repeating. Yeah. So basically, physics people, in engineering students are always having advantage over medical students. But the level of difficulty of NEET examination is also very less as compared to JEE examination. In NEET, we have 180. Talk about JEE Main or advanced. So here 75 questions in 3 hours. Here 60 to 65 questions in 3 hours. So you can understand the level of difficulty is also less. We are hardly having 1 minute here per question. The cutoffs here are very high. The cutoffs here are very low. So basically people who are actually, you can say, engaged for medical students, so their difficulty level is also low. So they don't need that much higher level of mathematics to crack the examination, because there will be some theoretical questions in medical entrance test. If you're giving for engineering examination, then definitely maths is required, and it will almost contribute 60% to your concept clarity as well. So choosing about the career part again. So see, there are a lot more webinars coming, all of you. We will have sessions on career guidance, okay, how to prepare for exams and all, right? So right now, let's keep our questions, like obviously you guys can suggest, go to the Facebook page and there, mention in the comments whatever webinars you guys want. So we are definitely going to come. So next webinar which we are launching will be on the the motivation of the students who are actually, frustrated because of the delayed JEE exams this year. So how do you prepare? What should be your plan? So obviously that will be a crowd who is already in grade 12, 12 pass, right? So we are basically arranging one webinar, and post that we are having these webinars in our, thing, how to choose career stream, PCB versus PCM, and why we should not take PCMB. This is a worst, combination for engineering students, right? And the distractions also, they are there. Distractions during, this 2 year of preparation. So all these topics we are going to cover webinars, on webinar basis. So if you guys want to ask anything or, looking at the competitive information with respect to that, so let's keep our questions limited to that. Okay. 9th and 10th grade works. So 9th and 10th grade works. Can you be more specific about your question? That is a self-study time only, na? When you are making the notes. So making notes is a self-study, thing only. Right. So preparation.
What is the
for
best
JEE
way to make the revision notes?
रिविजन नोट्स के लिए सबसे बेस्ट जो तरीका है बेसिकली सो पॉइंटर्स शुड बी देयर इन द क्लास राइट क्लास नोट्स में पॉइंटर्स आर ऑलवेज देयर सो व्हाइल मेकिंग द रिविजन नोट्स we should always inculcate the important formulas, important questions, and important the pointers will be like just the like you can say broad topics. But in those broad topics, let's say if there is a formula list or if there is a particular concept, or let's say if the teacher has said that this question is very important, so revision notes should comprise of minimalistic theory, the formula sheets, and important questions.
Sir,
Yeah.
but in NEET for bio, they ask from each and every line. So how do you make notes for that?
So when you talk about NEET, right? So almost 90 questions are in biology, right?
Yes.
If we consider, right? Obviously, when you are talking about each and every line, so वहाँ पे bio is a subject basically which is more of memory based. So probably people who should take medicine, they should have like first distinct characteristic. If someone is not good in having a memory, so वहाँ पे ना mind map helps you, right? So let us say if you are talking about diversity, you can say, or let's say there are lot of genetics is there, right? So basically in that the mind maps will help you, and obviously the terminologies. उसके लिए you need to make cards. What you can do, take A4 size sheets and have a wall full of those you can say morphologies, terminologies, and the special characteristics which the questions on which it is being asked. So that's the best way to go for it. Decorate a wall with the biology notes. Yes.
So being in 9th, how can we prepare from now itself for the board exams which will be appearing in next year in 10th?
So see, board exams or school exams, there's no difference. Like as far as the syllabus and everything is considered. So just like if you ask in grade 8, how should I prepare for grade 9 exams? What is the best way of explaining that? So whatever you're learning right now, so let's say in maths, if you're learning polynomials, so 10th there is, let's say 3 or 4 more points. So you can put an attention to that also. Triangles, let's say you will be learning congruency. So you can learn similarity also. Same way, linear equation, you will be learning linear equation in 2 variables. In 10th, you will be learning pair of linear equations. So you will see there are a lot of topics which are connected from 9 to 10th. So if you parallelly put little bit extra effort in grade 9 itself, you can actually do the grade 10 with 30% extra effort in grade 9, especially for maths and science. Vandan, from your end, some background noise is there. So it is really great to see that a lot of people are still here. Okay, although the time has passed. Okay.
So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm confused what to choose in 10th, PCM or PCB.
उसके लिए like see we have a separate webinar for that on the career choices, how we are going to go for it, right? So college exams के लिए if you are talking about na examination difficulty level, so on a scale of 1 to 10, your CBSE examinations are here. If someone is there in IGCSE or other curriculum, so maybe little bit up here, 2.5. JEE main is at level 4-5, all of you, and NEET is just below this 3 to 4 level.
Oh.
And advanced is at level 8-9. Anand, please mute the mic. From your end, some background noise is there. And KVPY will be somewhere here. And BitSat is also with the mains only. So you can say if you are going for this level, all these things will be getting covered. Obviously, NEET and advanced are exclusive because bio is not there in the advanced. Yes? Yeah. So,
sir, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, sir, I had a doubt that I started my, I joined Ask IITians this year itself, and I've somewhat started my JEE preparation in 11th. Sir, so when I finish each chapter, or when the Ask IITians they finish a chapter for us, should we start solving the JEE questions that are given in the module directly, or should we look at the past papers first and then we should solve
Past
it?
paper should always be done at the last. So first you should always start with state level exercise. If you're comfortable in that, then you should move to the level 1 exercise. If you're comfortable in that, then only you should proceed for the JEE level exercise 2. So first you should be very clear with the state level exercise, solved examples, illustrations, and then only you should move to the state level, and then the last thing you should be doing is the archives. The reason is these are always easier than the JEE level. So once you are able to solve this now, it gives you confidence of attempting things at this level. Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, and I had a follow-up actually regarding making our own notes. Sir, that the Ask IITian, we have the module plus we have the school notes. Sir, how important is it to make our own notes?
Notes, bhai, jo school mein whatever teachers are making or whatever is written in the books is better understood by the teachers and the people who have made those notes, right? When we are writing our own notes, we actually portray what we have actually understood, right? So someone is having a doubt on KVPY. So KVPY mein 9, 10 basically is covered majorly. 11th portions are there, so which you are expected to complete till October, right? KVPY happens in October, November. So obviously you have 6-7 months before you give KVPY. So probably you should start working in the months of August, September and October on the topics that you have not covered, and accordingly take extra classes for those topics. Okay? Revision notes is there in Ask IITian's account. Okay? So yeah. So all of you, those who are there in Ask IITian's account, so self-study package mein, there is an option of revision notes also along with the mind map. So all the revision notes are there, but I would still recommend that whatever revision notes any organization is given to you, you should always make your own, right? That is enough for revision, but we should always have handwritten notes. Uske liye koi, like, there is no substitute for that. Yes,
Sir, we have one question on KVPI. Suppose, can you explain a little bit about KVPI? What it means, what is the benefit and other things we know about NEET?
So basically, KVPY is basically Kishore Vigyanik Protsahan Yojana. It's basically made for the people who are having profound interest, like who are looking into research as their career option. So it gives you access to a lot of top institutes in India, like IISc is there, IISERs are there, and other, some national universities. So basically, if you are qualifying KVPY, you get a chance to get direct admission in these colleges, where you can choose pure sciences like physics, chemistry, maths, bio, right, as your core subjects, and you can get graduated, postgraduated from there, and they are having very good records in as far as research is considered. Secondly, if let's say you're not interested in joining these colleges, let's say you want to go to engineering colleges, so if you have cracked KVPY, so during your engineering colleges, you can always opt for internships through KVPY, and the KVPY will sponsor your travel allowances, and it will also have your like the basic stipend which it will be giving during the internship, and plus you get priority in top universities including IITs and NITs if you are KVPY qualified.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so KVPY can be given in 11th, it can be given in 12th, and it can also be given in first year of college. The syllabus is different. So for this, the major syllabus is grade 9, 10th, and this is having PCMB compulsory. Okay, and some portions of grade 11th. For grade 12th, you can opt either for PCM or PCB, but this paper is really going to be hard, as good as like JEE Main, or little less difficult than JEE Advanced. And the first year paper is quite tough. Like when you talk about this one, so this is having some advanced portions, and the level is also very difficult. Okay. So JEE and KVPY are just like two different competitive exams. They are both having the objective approaches. So JEE you can only give after grade 12. KVPY you can give for 3 years, and it is not just for the college entrance. It can be given for the research internships in the future. Okay.
So it's possible to give NEET or JEE and KVPY at the same time?
Yeah. So all of them are having different dates. KVPY happens during October, November, right? While you're studying in school, 11th and 12th. NEET and JEE will happen post your schooling, and that is in the month of April and May on different dates.
Sure.
Yes, tell me.
Are you going to give the recorded video of this in
So
the?
that will be available on the Facebook, right? Ask ITN's Facebook page. So grade 6 students are having difficulty in understanding PCM. So PCM is physics, chemistry, and biology. PCB, and M refers to mathematics. This is PCB, and this is M is, yeah.
Sir, won't you
Yeah.
give the recorded session of this in the in that portal?
No, portal you won't be getting recording for this. This will be available on YouTube as well as Facebook channel. So if you need the link, so you can ask it from support team. They will give you the YouTube link for the same.
Okay.
Good evening,
Okay.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Sir, my daughter, she is in class 7 and joined the Ask IITians 2 months back. So now my
Okay.
question is, with your experience and what could you suggest her to take the exam, like apart from chapter test and generate test, what are the other exams that she can do?
So we will be conducting some super tests also during the months of October, November, which are Olympiad level tests. Secondly, through school, we should go for the examinations like IMO, NSO if they are applicable in the school. And if the school is also conducting other Olympiads like Silver Zone Olympiads are there, Cyber, Olympiads are there, based on the interest, right? You should opt for the different Olympiads through the school. And at Ask IITians, we are going to start with GRIP program also, where we are going to come up with a lot of interesting activities. It will be a 2 to 3 month program for the students, which we conduct every year. And there we will be having a lot of interesting quiz, binders and, activities for the students. And along with that, we will have some super tests at the end of the, you can say, this program. We will be having international career assessment test, which will be basically giving you more insight towards your ward, that how well, like in which direction they are moving, what is the recommended stream for them as far as, the current performance is considered, and, followed by some career guidance sessions. So we are ourselves going to conduct a lot of activities for all grade 6 to 10 students. And along with that, obviously, you can approach school for various Olympiads. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sir, one more thing, like whenever we are generating the test for the chapters which are finished, we have come across some questions like those topics are neither covered in the book or in the material or not. Or the teachers have taken, means it's completely new. So because of that, first thing is there's a new completely in the exam, and second thing is she's losing her marks also in that one. So why are the papers are designed in such a manner?
So basically, see, even if we talk about any of the Olympiad exam, right, whatever we are preparing, you will never see any Olympiad having 100%, result, right? So all the papers basically are designed keeping in mind that students should know how to avoid the questions which are, let's say, not the part of their syllabus, or let us say, even if they have done something, they should know how to leave some questions. But definitely this only happens for maximum 1 to 2 questions in chapter test. And let's say unit test may there can be 4 to 5 questions like that. But again, it's not like the teachers might not have. So let's say your daughter might have joined in grade 7. There are people who have continued from grade 6. So basically they, teachers might have done those things in grade 6 itself. So basically, just to keep up with the difficulty level, as far as the Olympiads are considered, we are giving the level of these tests and, things. But definitely, if the percentage is more, so definitely, we are releasing the feedback form. So that's why, we want parents to fill it. And based on the feedback, we are also, time by time pushing teachers. If let's say this percentage goes more than 10 or 20%, then we are having a checking on that also, and accordingly taking the remedial measures. Okay.
Yeah, like because in triangles I have seen like there is nowhere this topic was there, that is angular bearing. So neither in the 6th class nor in any of the 7th class NCERT or exemplar or anywhere, means I searched everywhere was that topic there, or at least a word is being mentioned, but that was not there. Any yeah, angular bearing.
So basically, see what
Class
happens
7.
actually. Yeah, I get it. So I'll tell you why. So basically, let's say whatever extra topics students are actually encountering in the chapter test. Now, see, last year, like whatever modules we were having, we have made some changes this year. So basically, what happened, like whenever something is mentioned in the theory, students are only focusing on the parts where which is important with respect to their full examination, right? But whenever a student is making any mistake in the chapter test, whether it is of higher level, lower level, or school level, they are always discussing it with teachers. And teachers, you know, see, ideally, most of the extra concepts are covered with the class, but let's say few things are mentioned, like let's say you told a very specific thing. So when the chapter tests are over and teachers are basically teaching it in the class, the impact of retaining those topics is more. Once a student has, let's say, out of 20 questions, the student has scored 19. So whatever right they have done, they might not retain that for longer time. But the one mistake or two mistakes that they are doing, so teachers are explaining that in the class, and accordingly, you know, it is being catered. But let's say that again, I'm repeating, if you find this thing more than 10%, you are most welcome to, you know, fill the feedback form, which is there circulated every month, and definitely we'll, you know, take care of those things.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
You don't need to worry. Flip class is not available for grade 9 as of now. It will be available from next week or next to next week, like that. Okay. Yeah. So competitive exams, as I told you, we conduct 2 super papers in an yearly base and 1 ICAT paper, right? So if you guys are not having access to any of the Olympiads, so you have an opportunity for registering 2 super papers at Ask IITians and 1 ICAT paper, which we are conducting every year. Okay. Yeah. SAT के portions बहुत easy हैं. Like as I told you, SAT is at level 1, and if you're talking about SAT 1, so that is like grade 8, 9, 10th, all the quantitative mathematics and the verbal reasoning. And SAT 2, if you're talking about, so that is even easier than your school level. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, Satyam. All the Olympiads and these things are, you know, getting gradually online. Okay. So most of the like examinations are happening offline, but that's what I'm saying. If you are associated with Ask IITians, so you are attending all the papers online from, you know, whatever class you have joined. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, we have one question. What is the importance of SAT 1?
What is the importance of SAT 1? So basically for US universities, so these 2 examinations are conducted for US curriculum. So SAT 1 is, you can say, an aptitude mental ability test, okay, which many universities require to get admission. Just like in India, JEE Main is required. So there SAT 1 and SAT 2 is basically for your subject assessment. So this will test your English, that is verbal reasoning, as well as your aptitude, mathematical aptitude. And this will be basically subject based, maths, physics, and chemistry. So let's say if you're looking for engineering stream or any, yeah.
Which one? SAT 2 is given in after 12th. Am I right? In 12th grade.
Yeah.
Okay. SAT 1 can be given in 8th, 9th, and 10th. Huh?
No. After 10th.
After 10th. Okay. So the
syllabus is of grade 8. Syllabus is of grade 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Syllabus of grade 8, 9, 10th. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's particularly to take the admission. So SAT 1 means score will be considered while taking the admission over there. Am I right? For engineering.
Yeah. So out of 1600, like in SAT 1, score of 1400 plus is good. And let's say in SAT 2, so SAT 2 mein like, you know, 2400 mein say it's very easy to get 2400. All the 2200 plus is considered to be good. But all the people here, like 90% plus people scored perfect scores in SAT or 2390 at least. In you know, the regular classroom program.
But sir, for the engineering admission, always the student will go after 12th. So then what is the importance of SAT 1 then in that case?
I didn't get you.
See, for the engineering, the student generally goes after 12th. So he will appear for the SAT 2 examination. Okay. So what is the importance of in that case SAT 1?
See, basically SAT 1 and SAT 2 ऐसा नहीं होता है, like they are not conducted once in a year. They are having slots throughout the year. So some people give in 11th, some people give in 12th. Same way for SAT 2 also, some people give it in 11th end, some people give it in 12th beginning, and some people give it in 12th end.
Okay.
Right? So basically universities का जो admission है वो 3-4 months पहले ही start हो जाता है, मतलब applications and all before the student completes grade 12. So obviously you need to submit these scores there, right? So
कहने का मतलब है SAT 1 का क्या बेनिफिट रहेगा? SAT 1 जैसा 8, 9th और 10th के बेसिस में जो करेगा वो तो 12th के बाद ही जाएगा इंजीनियरिंग में, तो
नहीं उसमें बेसिकली उसका जो एप्टीट्यूड वगैरह जो बेसिकली सिलेबस होता है वो हमारे सीबीएसई करिकुलम के हिसाब से ग्रेड 8, 9, 10 का है ना. Basically, in that there are some, as I told you, verbal, logic and all. So basically SAT examination, it's just like a criteria that you follow this minimum requirements, or SAT 1 is not the only basis of getting admission. There are a lot of other things, your school curriculum, your extra co-curriculars, your other, Olympiad achievements. So US or Europe में जो admissions होते हैं, they are having different criteria of getting into those universities, out of which SAT 1 is one of them. Then some universities will require SAT 2 along with SAT 1. Okay. Yeah.
So you are
SAT 2 you can say specifically for engineering, and SAT 1 you can take it like even let's say you want to go for English honors, or you do for any other thing. So it's basically, you can say it's like TOEFL. Have you heard about?
So you are preparing the student for SAT 1 and SAT 2 also through Ask IIT, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. In the
Yes,
same.
yes. SAT 1 में you can say English के लिए definitely they will need additional help, but mathematics and aptitude is fine basically.
So
because
sir,
we are preparing here for English part.
I given lot of times the suggestion to Ask IIT last year also. Why the Ask IIT is not including English subject in their curriculum for the students starting from the 6th grade?
No, this year we have actually tried to include all the things, but we didn't get good response. Like,
I'm not asking for the SST or something like that, but English is particularly there.
So like you have requirement for English. Some parents have also said for SST. Some people are also having trouble in Hindi. So we tried to include these subjects this year, but we didn't get very good response. So English is there, definitely English is there, but that is on one-to-one basis basically. We are not having batch for that.
So English, my younger son is in 6th level, okay, in 6th grade in Ask IIT. So he never get a class for English.
I didn't get you.
Means particularly he is attending the Ask IIT classes from the 6th grade starting, okay, but he doesn't have the class for English.
So English is not there in the batch. That's what I'm saying. English, if you need to have, you need to take one-to-one classes for that. That is a separate package we are having. In the regular batches, we are not having English. We are only catering math, physics, chemistry, and bio. Basically,
actually, as you are in senior member with the Ask IIT, let us take this one with people. Let us include at least not SST or something like that, but let us include at least English, because as you explained, SAT 1, SAT 2, English, another thing. So it shall be combined package. Don't go for the different things. Let us charge one times the parent, those who want to take or not, like this. Okay, it is good for the student at least.
We tried, as I already told, we tried this year to take that, but we didn't get good response from the parents for that. So that's why we thought of dropping that. So that's why we have a provision for separate classes. But let me see if we can, include that next year probably. So we'll try to get it in the standard package itself.
Because only 3 or 4 months the school has been started. If the means interested parent, they can go for it. Okay,
fine. I'll get a notification circulated if people are interested for English also. So we'll include that. Okay. Okay. Fine. Basically, one question is coming again and again. So NRI students are no longer, they cannot take SAT to get admission into NITs. That was there till last year. Now they also need to write JEE only to get into NITs through DASA. Okay. So for that, obviously, we can have a discussion in a separate session. So I guess we are, running quite late now. So no, JEE has not reduced the portion, right? So let us wind up with this thing. It's very good to see, such overwhelming response from all of you. We'll have more sessions like this, all of you, right? So you guys can give your suggestions at support@askiitians.com for the webinar topics that you would like to discuss. And also you can mention it on, the Facebook page of ours so that we can conduct accordingly more webinars. So we'll try to increase 2 to 3 webinars per week like this, and we will keep it short. Like it stretched quite long today. So we'll try to make short webinars, and it will be crisp towards the particular topic, right? SAT 2 is useless for Middle East students for getting admission in India. Okay, SAT is not any longer useful to get admissions, right? Okay.
Sir.
Fine. So, yes.
Yeah, just another question. See, my child has enrolled for JEE in Ask IITians, but at this point of time, we want him to take bio also. but like because there are other options for which he doesn't need to go to India. Like we don't want him to give the NEET exam taking bio. So like, is it good to? He will give JEE exam, but at the same time, we will take bio because there are other options where he can get into medicine, not in India, otherwise, not giving the NEET exam. This is what I mean to say. So is it good to take PCMB?
If you PCMB is again one of the very bad options if a student is starting engineering, because this bio is going to hamper either board marks or the engineering preparation. But if you're more inclined towards medicine and let's say PCB is the prime goal, take the subject is still available. But if you are, let's say your prime focus is engineering,
Your voice
so
is
keep it
hanging.
engineering only, because even if you want to go into, is it still breaking? Hello?
It was
Hello?
lagging. Your voice was lagging.
Yeah, sorry, it got disconnected. Yeah. So basically, PCMB, as I was telling you, PCM, along with that, biology is not a good option at all if we are considering engineering as a prime goal, because that will put an additional pressure on the student unnecessarily. But if you are keeping, let's say, medicine as a prime goal and then you're taking maths, then it is fine. So this call, like for this, again, we can have a separate counseling session. Okay, so you can put up a request to support for the same, and I'll explain you in detail, like what are the advantages and disadvantages.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine. So you can just raise this request to support, and I'll have a counseling session with you. Okay. Anyone else? So I think we are good to go now. So
Yes,
guys,
sir.
it was really nice interacting with you. Goodbye, all of you. Right, and stay tuned. Every week there will be seminars on the same time, same day. Right, we'll increase the frequency if we get good response. Right, and accordingly, we'll be making coming sessions more effective. Yes. tell me.
Sashish, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Thanks for enlightening us. Can you just throw some light on the DASA quota? So the SAT is not now considered for JEE and IIT, but DASA quota still exists?
Yeah, still exists, but through JEE Main.
Through JEE Main. Oh, okay, fine. But
Actually, see, this was the first year when this was the first year when it was supposed to be applied. Okay, so right now the details of cutoffs, difference, those things are not available, because till last year people were getting admission through SAT. This year it was supposed to be first year where DASA scheme was implemented through JEE Main, but abhi tak like JEE Main 2 has not like happened. So once it will happen, the admission process will close. Then we will have more detail, more information of how the process will be happening through DASA for JEE Main. Okay. DASA is basically direct admission scholarship scheme for students in Middle East to take admissions in NITs. Okay, NITs and other institutes apart from IITs. So earlier, people through SAT2 can take admission in these colleges. We'll have one complete information on this, like what are the different colleges in India, engineering colleges, how we can go for it, when should we start studying for it. So ye sari cheezein we are going to discuss in the coming session. So don't worry about it. And please make sure you are giving your suggestions on Facebook for the same, that these are the webinars we want to have in future. So that will actually help us to cater to the audience demand also. Fine.
Thank you.
Fine. Okay.
Can we leave, sir?
Yes, sir. Bye.
Yes, all of you can leave. Right. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, everyone.